everybody, and welcome back to the beautiful, wonderful, friggin' city server. Okay, shit, I wasn't gonna turn around. I guess you guys all know where we are, but look at this. Look at this. I guess you can judge by the name of the episode. We're gonna be doing some stuff with our existing power grid because the first setup, it was, I learned a lot. I think, and basically, let's learn together. So I think today we're going to finally online our nuclear facility, even though, let's be honest, look at the state of this place. This was, okay, well, my friend was working on this literally like 2 years ago at this point. Look at this. It's not even finished. We got tunnels. This is kind of cool, but none of it's finished. So I'll have to finish this another time, but I guess I can give you guys a tour. So there's the two cooling towers, and then each of these domes is actually where the reactors are housed. Now, let's go into one of these domes here. Let's oh shoot, I just damaged my boots. Look at this. By the way, I got the hazmat suit on. I got Faraday boots, okay? We're playing the game for real. This is one of the 4 domes. 4 or 3? X amount of domes and chunk loader. So this is a industrial craft 2 reactor. And as you guys can see, this has been set up for a while. We just haven't actually used it because I didn't feel comfortable using it. This setup is apparently like super stable. I don't know much. I haven't messed with it in a while. I know people want other nuclear reactor mods. You know what? It'll all come. But this is what we have right now in this reinforced room. And in theory, each of these domes can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these reactors times 4 domes is, 28 reactors. So that's pretty good. Currently we have 1 because they're very expensive to build and maintain. And as you guys can see, I have it hooked up to an MFE. So we're in EU per ticks with IC2. And obviously immersive engineering and everything else runs on RF. So underneath here, as you guys can recall, is our power grid. Now, I wonder if we have tunnel vision. Not really. It's pretty bad. But the problem I have with, let's switch boots now. I hope the rubber protects me too. The problem I have with the high voltage power grid, the way it's set up, is it's not very user friendly. Kind of scary. Tight tunnels. A lot of tight stuff going on. And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I didn't realize you can't really put a lot of... I guess I should have realized this, but you can't, like, one wire kind of gets overloaded pretty quick. So I can explain this in a second. Yeah, let's explain this. So let's hook this reactor up. Should have done it the other way. Let's hook this reactor up to the existing power grid, okay? Let's just, there we go. It's hooked up. Should I touch it to see? Okay, it's working. It's working. The power grid is officially taking the draw. So, as you guys can see, currently we don't have that much draw, surprisingly. But that's because the power grid kind of whack right now. And we can go on to this. So, I guess also I could show you this really quick. I wrote a program to monitor reactor monitor. I wrote a program to monitor the state of the reactor. And should I go over this? It's kind of boring. Really quick, I guess we can go over it. No, it's so annoying. I don't know. Do people want to see this? If you want to see, this is how it is written. If you want me to explain it, I'll explain it here in a second. All right, let's run it though. All right. So obviously the reactor is off. It's redstone controlled. You would see down here the output would be actually something more than 0. I think I have it written in the program that if it gets under, basically, if this MFE gets under 600,000 EU of charge, then the reactor will fire up. Now, something's getting sucked down like crazy now. It's going crazy, which is cool. We can come and see. So there it is. Let's start at the top. Reactor temperature, obviously it's off, so it's not heating up. This is vital. I have it auto shut down if it goes over a certain temperature, because that's how you stop the crazy explosions. Okay, so stop explosions with the computer technology. Now, current EU per tick output is just simply the output of the reactor again. It's not on, so it's not outputting EU per tick. The MFE, this is the total charge. As you guys can see, it's going down. And then MFE difference, I just have it as it subtracts essentially the total at the start and end of one of these cycles, which is every time it prints a new piece of information, and gives you a rough estimate of if you're ramping up or if you're ramping down your usage. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the abyss, the tunnels, the catacombs of the MSG city. Sickening down here, actually, and as you guys can see, I think the only reason I'm having success not getting smoked here already is I don't know. I remember all I know is if you walk like this and hook it up behind you, you're basically okay, but you're gonna get slapped if you get any closer without protective equipment. Since we're here, let's test away. Let's do overworld so we know where we are. We're right here. So the reactor and everything is hooked up to the power grid, plus this, plus that. So let's take the one that's not crazy charged. So this guy. And then we gotta shut that shit down if it's charging too quick. Alright, boom. Okay. It's getting crazy. Alright, we got good power flow here. Can I get that? No, I'm not trying it. Okay. Jesus Christ. 308,000 RF. Okay, so we got a lot right there. Can't complain about that, really. That's pretty good power grid right there. All right. Let's just run down this thing and let's go sample a couple other points, shall we? Stupid. It's stupid. This is stupid. Who's stupid? I'm stupid. Look at the stupid. I built this thing walking one way, man. You can't even access it. It's dangerous. It sucks, okay? It sucks. Next place we're going to test is, okay, so obviously the power grid's strong here. Whoop-de-doo, it's down 10 feet. The real test is we got to come down here, and is our industry being sufficiently supplied? So we got to head up to here and do a test here. This right here kind of sucks because it's just for the charcoal plant, which is unnecessary, but yeah, let me head over to the industrial area of town and let's go keep testing over there. Ah, wonderful service. Looks like it could use a little bit of an adjustment though with the coding. Interesting. Anyway, it got me where I needed to go. So that's all that matters. Back to our power grid situation that we were talking about. Our lovely jubbly power grid situation. So this substation thing, by the way, we don't have the conversions from HV to MV anymore and stuff like that. I took those out of these. But basically this station here services the quarry area and our charcoal factory. But as you guys can see off camera, I hooked up the dam and it was kind of a disaster and whatnot. But anywho, we'll get to that in a second. Let's test with our capacitor. What the hell's going on over here? What kind of service do we have way down here? Okay, see, this is what we're talking about. Look at that number. I'm just right clicking constantly. Boom, boom, boom. It's a trickle, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because that stuff has crushers. That is a quarry, and then obviously the charcoal. Oh, excuse me, the charcoal facility. So, and also let's take a look at where we are now in relation to the power grid. We're here, and the generation happening from the nuclear power plant and that dam is exactly what we're experiencing here. Weak sauce, um, which is a problem. Now, if we go down here, I can't even go in here anymore because you'll get whooped in seconds, and it's spaghetti. It looks like shit, and it's not usable. It's not usable, and honestly, this whole power grid thing is it's a lot more of an undertaking than I thought at first. Here you guys can see I had to wire up the dam, the new dam, via 2 cables because it was literally frying the cable every time I hooked it up. It was crazy. And then I decided to split up the dam's outputs into 2 cables, as in half the water wheels are on one and half the other water wheels are on the other because it was getting insane. It was getting really violent. It was getting perplexing. And here, let me display to you. I don't have a way in here. I have signs though, so I know where not to dig at least. Okay, just don't fly into some crazy lava. Okay. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Welcome. The very safe route into here. Obviously, it's a very safe environment. It's great. Let me, there we go. Wonderful environment down here. Let's, now, since, great, the color palette's doing crazy stuff. So now we've moved from over here way down here. So now at this point, we're like miles away from here. So at this point, the reactor and the dam, I don't even know what kind of power they're contributing out here. And now we're directly hooked up to the dam here next to us. So this should actually give us a pretty decent rip power-wise. Excuse me. What are we at? We're at 23,000 right now for charge. So if we hook up this bad boy, oh yeah, we're already up there in the 105,000. Okay. Oh, it just beat me real good. I can't move. So yeah, we're at 105,000 like that. So we just 5 times um, our energy availability here by having this dam built. So pretty strong here. The problem is at the moment it connects here down to here into our old setup here where it goes like this, then it comes back up and to industry. This probably should be powering a majority of the industry here. And also, as you guys can see, the line goes this way because then it connects out and into our more regional power grid, which is supplied by the NASA solar panels on posts. It's not underground. So that stuff is easier to fix. And that stuff we're not worried about. Past here today, we're not worried about down that way because that generation is plenty for that area. At the moment, we got to just figure out how to unwhack, clearly how to unwhack this, because, like, you see the state of this? You can't operate. You can't work down here. Doesn't make sense. There's no expansion capacity. There's no nothing, okay? So my job is today to make some tunnels. I'm thinking that the current tunnel, it runs like somewhere like this, then serpentines here, and then cuts across like this and this. There's one that comes up here like this. It's all over the freaking place. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to come in under the highway, build a nice long-ass conduit properly, connect to the dam, connect down to the quarry. You know what? I'll cancel this substation here and just go from here. So this will connect to the main one. The dam will connect to the main one. This whole industry will get serviced by most likely the reactor, the dam. Yeah, it's going to get serviced by the reactor and the dam, so it should have 3 different separate cables going up there since the dam is on 2 and the reactor is on its own. And then I believe we need... No, and then that should be our power generation covered and actually applicable and usable. Okay, I'll meet you guys back at the reactor, and that is where we'll start our tour once again of our new and improved high voltage power grid with potentially reactor actually functioning. Very cool. Very cool. Ah, yes. Diabolically. Oh, that's kind of cool looking though, eh? Eclipse in between the the boobs. The reactor tower is pretty cool. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's been a couple hours. But I have exciting news. Okay, we got a new setup. We got cleaned up UI. Looks nice. Energy stored is in EU per tick, or EU, sorry, and draw is RF. So currently we're drawing literally kind of nothing, and that's just to run the computer. I really wanted to show you guys the reactor fire up on its own, but it won't happen because it's being super stubborn. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kill the program. We're going to edit the reactor monitor program. We're going to come in here and we're just going to say actually when it goes below 800,000, that is when we would like the reactor to turn on. And look at that. Reactor turning on. Now we have our reactor going hardcore and it's building up our MFE charge again. The EU per tick is 320. As you guys can see, the temperature is 0. Due to the setup we have, it's super stable. Nonetheless, let's go into the hellhole and let's hook this thing up and hopefully it doesn't explode. Hook this thing up to the power grid here. Perfect. I'm so close to death. Okay. Reactor is officially hooked up to the power grid, everyone. Great success. Okay, finally add an access hatch to get down here. Welcome to our new utility corridor. Oh, it's grandiose. It's grandiose. Hey, okay. It's grandiose and amazing, but no hop jumping allowed, clearly. It's still too crazy for that. Beauty is I can reach everything from the ground, but it can't reach me unless as you guys can see, I jumped. So let's start the tour. Officially, there's a nerd right away in the sewers, you sick, mutated idiot. Thanks for the boots, sucker. Here's our power grid that brings down the nuclear reactor's power. So let's not jump. Yeah, let's not jump. That's on this power line right here. Then we come around this corner, and now we are underneath, you guessed it, the dam, the old dam. So this comes in, now the dam and the power, or the reactor, are on separate power grids here. Very cool stuff. As you guys can see, we can do a side-by-side of... Here we go. Alright. Dam left, reactor right. Okay, dam left. Look at that pace. It's filling it up pretty quick. Pretty impressive. Reactor. It's crazier. It's way crazier, okay? We'll keep testing further away. But as you guys... I really got to figure out a better way to discharge these, dude. Then down here, I got this setup where the reactor will go on its own power line eventually. But then I decided, since the dam is kind of weak sauce, I actually tied them in together here. And if the wires do burn, at least it won't burn all the way to the source on both. It'll mess up here. But that's the current setup for the south area. That's a fake ladder. Okay, so now we're at our first meeting point of stuff. Down this way, the way we're looking, this actually goes not to this. We took this apart. I don't know why the map's not updating that, but it goes down to here. So it kind of goes like this and hooks into this one. This is what services the quarry and um, I guess it's still the quarry area. We got two power lines going. We got one, which is the reactor and the dam from the city. And the other one is from the dam, the new dam. The new dam has a double line going the whole way, but at this point it's also weak enough because it travels like this. Sorry, it travels like this, something like that. So at this point it's weak enough that I'm able to bring them together. Over there, it burns the wire if I do it solo. I guess we could test it though. So let's have another race to see who is better at this point. So that's at 113. That's at 256. Okay, so this is the new dam. New dam. At this point, so it's respectable, but it's meager. You see it? It's struggling. It's like 1,000 per click. So that's coming from the new dam, which is way down here, which is pretty good if you think about the distance for that. And then the reactor from the city at this point, I'd say it's still stronger than the dam. Yeah, it's stronger than the new dam still. So the reactor is definitely going to boost our capacity for power usage out here. And as you guys can see, that just services that area. So pretty happy with that. Now we can walk back this way. Reactor's still going solo here with the city dam, which at this point I don't think it has any power production reaching here. And then here is the doubled up dam wires, which go directly to the dam. As you guys can see, if we cross here and go down here, we would pop out by the new dam, which again, it needs the double lines because I was finding it was burning my lines. But then here, what's cool is reactor, double dam, take a straight shot here, and then they go vertically up together. And this is our industrial area. How was that? This is our industrial area substation, essentially. So it's kind of a long one. You got to climb up. But once you're up here, it's night. Here it is. So those three services come out of the ground, and then they go out here on this power line. Now, primarily, we need single service for each of these industries, which we finally have. The left one, if I recall, the left one I think is a dam, one of the two dam lines, and it powers the asphalt plant. The second line here that goes into our TNT factory, that's the second dam line from the new dam. And then this one that continues up into here is our beautiful, wonderful reactor line. So genuinely, they're doing all right. I mean, if you come in here, all the machines are powered. This thing has 1 billion bat boxes of energy that it requires, so everything's nice and full in here, and it's usable, which is amazing. Is it crazy? Ow. Where else should we go? Oh yeah, let's go check out the last place, just so you guys can see what that's looking like. And also, you know what? Out here, there is actually a way down. There it is. So this is, we're coming down into the power grid is being supplemented here from the way we're facing. That's coming directly from the dam, the new dam. And then we can head in here and go back to the main conduit. Okay. We can come back down this way, which is the initial way we were going to turn, I guess. So you might be thinking too, like, I guess due to the way that the main utility corridor now is set up, we're losing more than necessary in the sense, like, distance-wise traversing. And yeah, I agree with you. If I had some more time, I'd probably find other areas where I can implement the utilities a bit better. But overall, I think this still gives us the most for what we need, basically. If we kind of just go down here. This powers the 2 crushers over there at the processing plant for the quarry. Powers the quarry, and this is from the dam and the whatchamacallit, the reactor power. So let's go all the way back to the reactor. Yeah, old substation got ripped out, see? Let's go back to the reactor now. And let's go and see. Yeah, let's go and see how that's doing and how the power situation's doing. Okay, so good news is nothing seems to have catastrophically failed yet. It's been left on its own. I've never really done that with a reactor, and the computer program is still running. Oh, and look at this. Okay, so now that we've hooked up to the power grid, take a look at this shit. We're actually drawing at almost 10,000 RF per, not tick, it's a lie, because per tick we'd have to divide by 5. Because I'm running this program every 5 seconds. But nonetheless, look at that. We're utilizing actual reactor power the whole time. So that's why when I'm doing the tests with those capacitors, I think we're getting lower than expected results because it's constantly under draw, which I'm actually very impressed. And I believe, yeah, this thing must have fired up because when we left, it was at 800,000. So this guy turned on and off. So the reactor program worked. Very cool. As you guys can see, the reactor is officially hooked up to the power grid, and I think our power grid, because of this whole setup, is going to be much more useful, and in the future, we'll finish the actual power plant together, maybe, because there's a lot that goes into actually building the things needed for that reactor, fair enough, which I've kind of been coasting on the fumes of what Meatman basically did 2 years ago, and now that we're using it, that's actually pretty cool. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's not maybe what we're used to with the trains and stuff, but I like the power stuff. It's very interesting. Last video, people gave me some good ideas. I didn't know about splitting up into multiple wires, but yeah, from what you've seen, let me know what you guys think. Maybe there's something blaringly obvious to fix, or maybe I actually did something alright for once. Who knows? This is really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time.